Side of the road. Beside the road. What up? What up? What up? Happy, what is it, Wednesday today? That's right. Happy hump day, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Another day. Kind of another dollar for me. The server for our website finally went up this afternoon, but our Google ads, it's going to take a while for our Google ads to filter back up completely. It's a long process, so hope everybody's doing well though on this fabulous Wednesday. What up, crazy? Take this out so I don't feel like I'm screaming more. Got that noise thing on it, and I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. I don't want to be yelling at you guys. Just here to talk with you. Just here to talk with you a little bit. So I want to talk about some things hobby related. Kind of continue on from probably one of the last times we were doing one of these walk streams. Brought it up a little bit in the auction last night, but again, it's kind of hard when you got an auction going on to try to talk about other things when you're focusing on the cards and what people are saying in the chat with the auction. So, but the big thing I want to talk about, and I kind of want to stem off a little bit more than just what I'm going to say as far as the topic at hand. So, a lot has been brought up. You may have heard me mention a little bit of this last night, but I want to go more in depth on this. You may have heard me bring up, what you see around everybody going, how a card is shown. So however the pick is taken of the card or cards that are being sold. Now, if you're posting these on eBay, you're posting them on Instagram, you're posting them on Twitter, wherever you're using, Craigslist, whatever platforms you're using, when they're in an auction, like a live auction, anything, right? So presenting the cards the way they're supposed, or the way they're gonna be shipped, as far as how the card is gonna show up, not in the bubble mailer or white plain envelope or however you ship, but how the cards themselves are going to show up in what kind of protector, whether they ship in a penny sleeve, top loader, one touch, right? I brought this up on Twitter a couple days ago as a poll, and I referenced more of the words of one touch just because that seems to be the biggest one of them all as far as what people have issues with. When somebody puts a picture of a card in a one-touch that they're selling, and then it shows up in a top loader. Or maybe it shows up in just a penny sleeve, or maybe it doesn't show up in anything at all. I'm confused, and I don't understand the infatuation of people wanting to show cards for sale in a one-touch if that's not how it's going to be shipped to the buyer. I mean, am I missing something here? Is a card in a one-touch make it look that much more of value? Change the actual appearance of the card itself? I mean, it's almost like you're taking a card, and some people have this opinion that it makes it valued on as graded. What's up? It makes it valued on as graded, right? But it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It has nothing to do with the value of it. And then people will say, and then comments I see are, about it, well, supplies are hard to come by these days, and this and that. Okay, that could be true. But why are you picturing it in something it's not going to come in? If you're going to keep the one touch, what does that have to do with how you're presenting a card you're selling? It doesn't. Some will say it looks better in that one touch. If you put it in the right type of top loader, penny sleeve, and it's not all scratched up and doesn't look like crap and doesn't look like it's been to hell and back, the card is going to look no different. Some people like to show the card blind, well, not blind, but raw, whereas it's not in anything, which I don't have an issue with. And then it ships in a top loader or whatever. And then they state how that's shipped and what it'll come in. And I don't see anything wrong with that, because that's showing, you know, the true condition. But I think you can show the true condition of a card, besides maybe some on chromes, like some surface scratches or something, you know, in a penny sleeve or even in a top loader, to be honest with you. I truly feel like you can do that. So I don't know. And again, I reference more to the one touch, just because that is the common theme that I see with people like on Twitter and stuff saying, does anybody else see an issue? This is what they'll post. Does anybody else see an issue or feel like it's wrong or it's false advertising if somebody had put it on a sale, a card in a one touch, and then it showed up in a top loader or just in a penny sleeve? I don't understand the infatuation. And then here's some of the other answers I get on Twitter. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just trying to figure out why or what does it do for the card if it's not being sent whatever way you're showing it? Like, how does it change it? Unless you're trying to hide something, maybe. I don't know, maybe that's something too. But people will say, well, you know, I put a lot of my cards, like I might put them in one touches just so when I'm looking through the box, like, you know, you might know what cards you have in your one touches, right? So it's easier to find it if you have a bunch in a box. Okay. What does that have to do with, again, you presenting or taking a picture of how you're going to sell a card and how it's going to go to somebody? So you change it before you take a picture. You simply take the card out of the one touch and you put it in the penny sleeve, in the top loader, or however you do your cards. And I'm going to dive in a little bit farther with this, and I've talked about this before too. And again, these are just my opinions. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just trying to figure out why. So when you're selling cards, and you guys will see me do this even in my live auctions. Sometimes, like if I got cards from somebody, I got a lot or something, you know, they might come in holders that aren't clear. They're all scratched up. They might have some crap on them even. You know, somebody got their chicken fingers, greased up chicken fingers. They were going through their cards. But switch up. Put it in a good top loader. Put it in a good penny sleeve. I know they're getting tough to come by these days. Seems like they're going to be, the price on all that's going to be going up too right now because you can't get them, right? But make it presentable. Take a card that you have that's in a raggedy old, scratched up, one touch, top loader, whatever. And then if you have a card similar to it, player, maybe even the same card, like a 2 base cards, refractor cards, whatever, put another one in a clean, nice, new top loader penny sleeve. Look at them side by side. Tell me if you see any difference. How it's presented plays a huge role as well when selling. And I think this is why some people get frustrated when they see people that show them or picture them in a one touch and then they don't show up in the one touch. And again, I personally could care less as far as how you store your cards, what you do with your cards. But however you sell it, show it how it's going to become. Present it the way it is going to ship. And then you got people that really like to just really like to dig, and then like to go in comments and go, okay, so you take a picture of it in the bubble mailer? Like, I don't know. Personally, you want to talk about bubble mailers or PWE? I will not ship anything ever PWE. Ever. If you can't afford the extra $1 or $2 for shipping, I will freaking cover that to make sure it ships in a bubble mailer at least. I see way too many horror stories of people who take that chance, and I'm not saying it's the seller that was in the wrong or that they even did it, but then you see pictures of people that got cards sent PWE and they didn't quite make it. Make decisions that are not going to backfire on you later. It's not hard. It's not. And again, then we can start talking about, give me 1 second. I gotta do duty here. Duty. Let me put you down for a second. Come here. Let's say hi to the chat. Go say hi to the stream, honey. Zoe. Hang on, guys. All right, let's roll. All right. What's going on, guys? Sorry, sun is blaring, so I can't really read your chat right now or what you're saying. I'll try to catch up or go back when the sun's not in the screen. But again, what is so hard about taking a picture, presenting the card or cards you're selling the way they're going to be shipped? I'm trying to figure that out. Has anybody got the answers of why somebody would do something differently? Scooters, what's up? Jim, what's up? T-Dog, what up? Zach, what up? Carter's, what up? Who else is in here? Central Valley, I guess, is going to be having an auction later tonight, starting at like 10, I believe. He can let us know if that's correct. Terry P, what's going on, buddy? Come on. Crazy for Cardboard in the house. Rated rookie. All right. William Carter in the house. So, am I off here? I mean, is how I feel about this, am I off? Wrong? Work system. Yes. They got the server. They got it finally figured out. My buddy was on the phone for over an hour. He sat on hold, and then when someone finally picked up, he's been on hold. He's been on the phone with these guys between waiting and talking to people the last 2 days for over like 8 hours total. He showed me. He like sends me screenshots of how long he's on the phone each time with them. But somebody finally answers, and then they tell him, like this guy picked up today, told him that he hit the wrong department or whatever. And so before the guy could transfer him, he pretty much went off and told him what he's been dealing with. And so apparently this wrong department, which you've been trying to get answers and get it up and fixed, was able to help him and get our site back up. So they reverted back to the last backup, which I don't know why any of the other guys that work for this company, this server company, couldn't have done that or gone through that, a day and a half, 2 days ago. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, we're up and running again. The problem is the Google ads. They're slowly updating. I think we're at like 15%. So that might be a day or two process, but they're slowly popping back on. So that's good. I'm still having a good week regardless. Still getting sales. We're still getting stuff from people who have called 3 days ago, last week. They're calling back to order because they didn't purchase at the time. So we got that. We're working with that. But what's your guys' take on this? What I was talking about. As far as how cards are shown, how they are presented, and then how they actually show up to the buyer. Anybody got anything? Am I just way off here? Is that not like false advertising? Is that not... Is anybody still even there? Maybe I lost you guys. Maybe I lost my chat again. Come on, babe. Keep going. Flack the DMs on the topic when you post on Twitter for saying it was borderline scam. I caught a ton of flack in DMs on this topic when you posted on Twitter for saying it was well, I don't think I said scam. I think I said it was like false advertising. A couple breakers. I want you to grab a couple and take some pics. Okay. Yeah. A couple breakers did know why I never shopped with them now. So who gave you crap? Oh, you said it was borderline scam. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right. And I mean, I guess you could say it kind of is. It's false advertising if I'm concerned. Yes. What's up, sports kid? How you doing, buddy? You have a couple and take some pics to see. Yeah, you should, man. Like, seriously. And here's the other thing. And then people will say something about... Some people will bring up lighting when they're doing it. It's like, change your lighting then. It's like, it just seems like it's an excuse after an excuse after an excuse for the reasons of why. Again, I don't think... I mean, are cards better protected in a one-touch? I feel so. People could disagree with that, and I understand their arguments. I mean, some people don't like chrome cards in one-touches. Some people put the penny sleeve over the card in the one-touch, especially if it's a chrome card, so it doesn't scratch. I think they need to make one-touches that actually fit inside, like where the grooved in it, where the card is, that actually are a little bit bigger, so they fit the standard size penny sleeve. So for cards that are chrome cards, kind of like when you get a graded card, like from Beckett, VGS, it's actually in a sleeve, inside of a sleeve, and then cased over. I think they need to make one touches that way. If anybody's good at doing that, if there isn't a thing out for it, just grab it, run with it. Get us some one touches that fit cards that are actually inside of the penny sleeve, that fit the right way. I think that would be awesome. But it depends on who you ask on as far as how it protects the cards, right? I think I got... Who's Chris? Who are you talking to? Fester, or who are you talking to? They should have a disclaimer if... Right, but again, like, okay, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but okay. So, even if they put it in their disclaimer, why do you have to even have that in your disclaimer? Why can't you just take the picture how it comes? And then here's my biggest reason why I have an issue with all of this. Okay, we haven't even gotten there yet. listen, just listen to this. I'm not saying we intentionally or we just drop cards or not, we're all human. We can make mistakes, right? Card can drop out of our hand accidentally, when we're switching it. So why don't we get it in the proper protection or whatever we're going to have it in before, and then take the pick, and then we know that that's exactly how the card is going to show up, unless it gets damaged through shipping, like the package gets, ran over by the truck or something. I mean, people are taking an extreme risk, even if they put that in the disclaimer, because the card could be altered in some way. I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm not saying that's what people are doing. I'm not calling anybody a scammer or that's their game plan. So please, anybody watching this, please understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we're all human. We could accidentally drop that card we're transferring from, say, One Touch or whatever, to the penny sleeve, into the top loader, however we're going to ship it. Why not get it transferred? Why not have it presented the way we're going to ship it? I don't get it. I think people seriously have, I think some people maybe don't want to admit it. I think some people really honestly think that the card in the One Touch makes it look, or it gives the card more value, which it doesn't. But I honestly think that that's the thought process in some people's minds. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying that's my opinion again. But I honestly feel like if you ask somebody, or if you hear people say, man, this card looks so good in this One Touch, they think it looks so good, they think it looks better, which then again, they probably think maybe it's gonna sell more if they're doing an auction style, or it's on eBay and it's auction, or if they price it up more at a fixed price, they might be able to sell it for a little bit more. And I don't know if I touched on this or not, but the other comments I got were, the cost of it. Well, One Touch is $1. It depends on who you're talking to. $1, $2, $3, $5. These accessories or these top loaders, these One Touches are getting expensive. You have control of the price you're listing it for, right? You set that price. Did you ever think that maybe you could just, if you want to get your $1, $2, $5, did you ever think you could just include that in your price when you list it? I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting topic. It really is. But it's brought up a lot. So, I see it all the time. I see people saying, do you feel this is right? This card was shown as in this, and it showed up in this. I see it over and over and over again on Twitter. And I think about 86% that whoever who voted out of the 350 votes felt as if it should be shipped the way it's presented. There was like 14% that felt like switch it or do it however you want to do it. I don't know how much business I personally want to do with people who feel it's okay to just advertise anyway and then ship a different way. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. could be wrong. Not saying I'm right. Hello. I need to stop in someday. Just been super busy. Cost of doing business. You dress it to sell. So, well, yeah, and if you dress it to sell, then ship it dressed, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. And then here I am. You know, we're talking about this. This is the topic for me today on this walk. It's been on my mind for a couple days, just kind of trying to figure out what the infatuation is. And again, I'm not trying to just say one touches. I'm trying to say any way it's presented and any way it's shipped differently. And then I'm thinking to myself, we need to switch our focus sometimes. We need to change what we focus on, right? And I'm going to bring up one more thing. And I don't even know why. Because I question myself even bringing this up right now. Because of how I'm trying to do some things differently. But you guys know that Parker, his son, a lot of people like did a good deed, sent him some cards. Nobody gave the kid the money to go out and buy his Holy Grail Patrick Mahomes card. Instead, everybody instilled that he sell the card, or he sell cards, and he raised the money to get the money for him, which I think was an awesome idea. And in fact, I remember when this kid first kind of surfaced on this idea, I remember Jimmy putting something on Twitter and me saying, man, hey, what's his PayPal? I'll send him some, no, this way, babe. I'll send him some money, to put towards it. And Jimmy said, no, it's not how we're doing this. We're going to send him stuff. He can sell it, and then save the money for it. And now there's people bashing him for it. Why? I don't understand why. Right? It's always the whys. I don't understand. The kid did all the work himself. Okay, cool. People sent him cards to help out so he could get enough money to buy the card he wanted, to buy the Holy Grail. And then you got people straight up out there ripping on the kid, saying, oh, all these people sent him these cards so he could get his Holy Grail. Who cares? The kid worked for it. Did you guys see if you're on Twitter, did you see the kid doing all the stuff, doing all the packaging, getting all the labels, going with his dad to the post office, dropping off packages every day? People wanted to help. So what? I don't get it. I mean, I do and I don't. I know there's people out there that just like to be... They just like to go against the grain all the time. They're looking for reactions, right? They live off reactions. I don't get it. I did hard working. Yeah, he worked to get that card. And people legit ripping on it. What the hell is wrong with you? Is it really because you have some issue with a kid that worked his tail off to get a card, his Holy Grail card of his collection? Or is it because it's a jealousy thing that you don't have that card, or you didn't get that card, or a bunch of people, kids, adults, aren't sending another adult a bunch of cards that he can sell so he can get his Holy Grail card. I don't get it. And again, before I started talking about this, I said, I'm not sure why. I feel like it had to be brought up. But again, my whole take on the thing is, myself personally too, we all need to at times figure out why we're focusing on certain things and maybe switch our focus. We get so caught up, and it goes back to negativity, right? People that want to be negative, people that bring negative energy, that are negative people, and us not paying attention to it. Us not focusing on it. You see a thumbs down in a stream, not bringing attention to it, not even saying anything, right? Keeping the focus on the fun and the positivity. Because that's what we need to do. We need to continue to live each day having fun and being positive. I get not everybody wants to live that way. I understand that. But that's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to do. Or you need to find a way to get yourself to where it's fun and positive. And if it's not, maybe you need to rethink who you're hanging out with and where you're hanging out. Because a lot of that too, I feel personally, is stemmed from the people around you. There, come on, baby. We gotta keep moving. We gotta get across the street. Y'all send me badass stuff so I can sell it and fix my truck. Crazy. There you go. There you go. Sell it and fix your truck. Probably figures, well, nobody ever did that for me. But William, I get that, man. But again, that stems then to expectations. What do each and every one of us expect in life? Right? What do we expect each day? What do you expect when you come to my stream, my auction, my walk vlogs? Right? When you go to BITG's stream and you get into some breaks, what do you expect? Do you expect to have a good time? Do you expect to have fun? Do you expect to be entertained? Do you expect that you're going to hit that Dominguez auto in your Bowman break you get into and you're going to get the Yankees? Hello. What do you personally expect? Think about it. What are the expectations? Where are the expectations set? I expect someone being real. And I appreciate that, man. That's what I appreciate. I appreciate that because that's what I'm here to give you guys. In my own words, in my own opinions, in my own advice. Again, I'm never saying I'm right because there's plenty of people that'll say I'm wrong. But I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to be real, and I'm going to continue to have fun, and I'm going to continue to keep things positive, and I'm going to continue to try to help when I can. And that goes for anybody. Make sure the expectations you have set for yourself when you go and do things, right? You know, I play a lot of DFS, daily fantasy sports. I haven't been able to play as much as of late because obviously NBA down, baseball down. Some may think my approach is a little bit different. I don't expect to win every night. I don't expect to take down the GPP every night. I do what research I can, whatever sport, whatever I'm playing. I have fun researching what I'm looking into because some of the things I don't know a lot about, like NASCAR. I don't know the players in Korean baseball, KBO, but I dabble in that because I need to get my fix. But I don't ever expect anything big to come out of it, besides the fact that it's entertaining for me. I enjoy it. I don't play hundreds of dollars a day. I play anywhere from 10 to 30 bucks, depending upon how many different sports or how many different things are happening on that day. And I have fun with it. Getting into card breaks. I don't ever expect to hit anything big. I joke around in BITG's stream because me and him talk almost daily on the phone or text each other. And it's all having fun. It's all joking. It's all making each other smile. It's all making each other laugh. My whole pitcher thing. Yes, my opinion is that there's not many pitchers as far as their cards that have high value. But card collecting is not about all just value, but it's having fun. We're having fun in the chat. Just pay attention to how many different breaks I'm in. If you're in BITG streams, if you're in there every day, I'm not saying you have to be in there every day if you're not already, but if you are, just pay attention to how many different breaks and how many spots I have in a week, and how many teams that would have any of the big names in them I actually get randomized. Right? But I don't ever expect anything. I expect to go in there, and when I can get in there, to hang out with a great group of people, to be entertained, to have fun. To crack a smile, to laugh. Guns auctions, same thing. RSR's auctions, same thing. Crazy when I can make it during the daytime, but I gotta have them usually muted in most cases because I'm working. But it's all about setting that expectation and not setting it so high, especially when you're doing something for entertainment and for fun. That's how people walk away from anything they enjoy doing. They get so caught up in it, they expect more than is usually possible. And don't get me wrong, it's great. It's awesome to hit a big card. I enjoy it. I usually enjoy it more when I see one of you guys hit a big card in a break, in whoever's channel we're in. Classic pack breaks as well. I'm gonna miss people, I always do. James, Mountain Gorilla Man. Live each day having fun and being positive. When shit hits the fan, it hits the fan, right? I've been on those waves. Some of those waves, I've had to weather the storm just like anybody else, and I've weathered it many, many times. I packed one bag. Some of you may have heard this a couple times, but I like to keep talking about it. I packed one bag of clothes and basically started over more than once. Have fun. Enjoy life. We don't know when our time's up. Our clock keeps ticking. We can't pause it. We can't rewind it. We can't decide when it ends. Have fun. Be positive. BITG will be back tonight. That's Central. My man Central Valley's going to have an auction, it sounds like, tonight. He was in chat. I don't know if he's still in here. I can't see the screen because it's blurry. I think he's 10 p.m. Eastern. Give him a little bit of support as well. I mean, we all can support each other, right? We can pop in. We have multiple screens open. You can watch multiple streams. CPB will probably be back. Classic Pack Breaks. My guys Andrew and Ryan over there as well. Ripin will be doing their banter, their Wednesday mail and banter. I don't know if they'll be breaking, but they'll be live later tonight as well. So, you know how to catch crazy every day during the daytime. He'll be on tomorrow morning again, 10 or 11. Your favorite redneck, your famster, if you will. Guys, have fun. I'll see you guys in the streams, in the chats. I love each and every one of you. You guys inspire me. Good night, guys.